Ladies and gentlemen, before we even get into this story, I need to explain something to you very seriously when it comes to how you can understand the not-so-serious Holly Weirds. Variety is what they call a trade. It's a trade publication. Yeah, it's in a business lecture here in jargon. It's one of several. Deadline is another, right? What are some other, what do we got on the other trades? We got Variety, Deadline,
Hollywood Reporter, and The Wrap.
No, The Wrap is not a trade. Surely not.
Technically, it is. I mean, that's what Susan Waxman wants to pretend that it is.
Okay, they want to be a trade. Okay.
Well, and then let's be honest. If you want to pay for trade, our friends over at Puck Media would qualify.
Yeah. Yeah. Trade adjacent. Okay, so the reason I say this,
a rag?
No, that's a rag. That's a tabloid.
The reason, folks, that I bring this up and explain what Variety is, because the trades are there to project the orthodoxy of the day when it comes to Hollywood. They tell the people at the water coolers in LA what they should be saying, what is okay, what's not.
Right.
And Variety has made the change. We were all supposed to believe that it's just war. War, what is it good for against AI in Hollywood? But Variety has made the switcheroo, and it just happened. Disney CEO Bob Iger has described his successor, Josh D'Amaro, as a leader who views AI as an opportunity rather than a threat. And you'll notice that Variety is not pushing back, and you'll notice that the other trades are not pushing back, and that is because this is now the official line of Hollywood. We're doing this. Quote, "You're seeing it supercharge these creatives in amazing ways," D'Amaro told Disney-owned ABC News. "If you are to walk over to their studios today and see them using AI, harnessing 70 years of history, this is when the Walt Disney Company thrives. When technology intersects with brilliant people and creativity." Take a look at that line. If you were to walk over there to their studios today and see them using AI. Now, I had not heard this before. This is the first time hearing it, that Disney is acknowledging, yes, right now, we're using AI. It's official. We've got this piece out of Variety. This is where it comes from. It was around 5 in the morning on Disneyland's 70th birthday in the summer of 2025 when tens of thousands of staffers and guests had arrived early to watch Josh D'Amaro, Bob Iger ringing in the anniversary in the park's Esplanade. This goes on and on and on and on. This is a piece that is supposed to be utterly positive about Josh D'Amaro. There was only one problem when it was there for the 70th. Josh D'Amaro was nowhere to be found. Why? Listen to this, folks. The legend of Josh. Handlers scrambled to find the chairman of the parks. The executives were set to ring in the New York Stock Exchange bell. Finally, they found him. He, Josh D'Amaro, man of the people, had slipped under the ropes and gone to the back of the crowd and was walking among clusters of employees, shaking hands and chatting. Quote, "That's a custom of his to always go to the people furthest from the stage and do his Josh thing," says Marcus Buckingham, leadership expert. Design, Love In, How to Unleash the Most Powerful Force in Business. That's D'Amaro's upcoming book. Okay. So the story here is he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He loves the people. And why do they have to tell you that? And it's true, by the way. That's all we've heard, Vash. Josh D'Amaro's great. He's groovy. He's actually genuinely kind to people. That's true, right?
I mean, that's allegedly what we hear. However, I don't know if it was so kind to tell a slate of Imagineers, hey, you only have 18 months to relocate, uproot from California, relocate to Florida, or else you lose your job. I don't know how kind that was, but allegedly, he has an empathetic part right there. This Friday piece actually details an incident where the company faced massive layoffs. I believe they laid off around 28,000 people around the time of the pandemic, and he was right there hearing them grieve, seeing them cry.
Man, all that's true. And here's the weird thing. After a personal interaction with him more than once, I can just say that he really does engage with the crowd. He loves to talk to park goers specifically and hear out what they have to say about the recent offerings, the line they're currently standing in, their thoughts about the attractions, and things like that. I will also say, to support what Vash said, he also has a history of doing whatever it is upper management wants him to do. The question is, now that he's upper management, will that change?
Well, it appears to be things are changing, and what's changing to is not what we've been told the Holly Weirds want to do. Take a listen to this. What is at the top of Josh D'Amaro's list of things to do? What is Disney's priority going into the next 2 years? Here we go. out of Variety. Again, remember, mouthpiece of entertainment. But viral videos may not have the same tsunamic impact as artificial intelligence, which Disney is still trying to navigate, engaging in legal battles over copyright with some startups in the space while investing $1 billion in OpenAI. Animation is synonymous with Disney's brand, and AI is reducing the cost of producing those movies. Yeah, reducing them to nothing in terms of cost, deflating it almost down to zero. However, it is also flattening the playing field, allowing users to create animated work without the backing of a major studio. It will take a deft hand to navigate AI, an inevitable force, and yet a major point of sensitivity in the creative community. Iger has described tomorrow as someone who views technology as an opportunity rather than a threat. Now, we've read that quote. We won't read it again. But listen to this. Disney has long maintained that its library of animated characters from Cinderella to Stitch, as well as the brands that Iger snapped up during his tenure as CEO, such as Marvel and Star Wars, enabled the company to overpower the competition. That may be true. However, they can't alter the fact that the shift is to streaming is leading to the collapse of the cable business, depriving Disney of a major source of its profits. Why do they go to this one, folks? Because what they're trying to say is, why must Disney take hold of AI?
Because they have to.
Right. That's exactly right, Vash. Because streaming failed. Why did streaming fail as a financial institution for Disney? Because they didn't give us what we wanted, and now they've got to come up with excuses. And the way they're going to fix this is to go full-blown, all-in on AI, guys. And Hollywood, through the trades, is declaring loud and proud, this is what we're going to do. Creatives, stand with us or be put under our shoe. That's the way this is going to go. Lauren, okay, I was going to go to somebody else, but Lauren is disagreeing fully. And Mr. Curmudgeon, what say you, Lauren, Mr. Disagreeable?
He wants a cranky video. I can tell you right now.
Go ahead, Lauren.
The more they tighten their grip, the more things will slip through their fingers. Is what my position is that you can try and control things. You are successfully controlling things when it comes to Google's AI, at least, because they have gotten very risk averse for allowing you to generate anything. But ultimately, these tools are going to be in the hands of the users. You can run a local LLM. You can produce what you want. You can't go after everybody. You can try and create a few example cases if that's what you want to do, but that's going to harm your PR more than it's already been harmed. So your best bet is to stop trying to control everything and instead do a joint license of some type where you profit from what other people create and own it. I don't like that model, but I think that's the only successful model that's going to work.
Let me present you guys with an alternative thought here. Vash, you go and run with it. You don't know what it is yet, but I know you'll be able to run with this. Okay. Part of that article talks about how genius it is, the way Disney has set this up, where now Dana Walton, not Wilton, that Dana Walton, is in charge of everything creative.
Yes.
But Josh D'Amaro is the guy pushing AI, is what the Trade magazine tells us. Variety says. Vash, is this them setting up a situation where they say, blame it on Josh? Dana didn't do this. Dana, this is a Josh D'Amaro. This is Tomorrowland. Project Tomorrowland doing AI. Don't blame it on our girl. She's one of us, not Josh. He's a theme park loser. He's Bob Chapek 2.0. Is that the play here, Vash?
I believe it is. Apparently, this article sets up the fact that, Josh D'Amaro is providing autonomy to Dana Walton. Oh, go ahead, run creative. I'll defer to my betters. I'll defer to people who know the business better than I. That's actually within that article itself right there, that Josh D'Amaro is comfortable with that idea. You are setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up to be basically Peter Rice, is what you're setting yourself up for, or maybe even Bob Chapek.
Hang on, Vash. Tell the folks out there, tell those who may be new to the channel, who's Peter Rice? What happened to him?
Peter Rice was the former executive, actually, in Dana's position when Fox was originally acquired by Disney. And then Bob Chapek said, you know what? I'm not liking what you're doing. Maybe you have out for me, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of you before you get rid of me. And Dana Walton took up that position in Peter Rice's place and said, hey, I am supportive of Bob Chapek, until she took that same dagger to him in December. And unfortunately, we know what happened then. Now, what's very interesting here is that he's just like, hey, you know what? She knows creative. We're going to let her do what she wants to do. Even Alan Bergman, who used to report directly to the CEO, that being Bob Iger in this case, and that incident right there is the one.
Can we just hold for a second, Vash?
Please.
That man has never rang a bell in his life.
No.
Look at that.
That's true.
He clearly does not understand the physics of a bell.
It's fine. It's fine. And look, I just want to say Vash is 100% right, because this is a media strategy. This is executed in political circles all the time. You put somebody out in front artificially because you're about to take their legs out from underneath them, right, Vash?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's absolutely what you do. Alan Bergman, like I was saying before, used to report directly to Bob Iger. Now, he doesn't report to Josh Giamaro. Oh, no. He reports to Dana Walden. Dana Walden is taking creative control of the entire company. And they're setting up for two scenarios. One, she does very, very well in the creative space, and Disney rises. But that credit will be given to her. If it fails, if she flounders, it'll be Josh Giamaro holding the bat. That's what they're setting up, I do believe. And this is playing out exactly like I thought it would, really. I mean, Josh Giamaro, it's one of these things where he either gets rid of her or get rid of him.
And ultimately, what I think Wall Street's play is I think, Lauren, this is what the Hollyweirds are going to have to accept. Disney is going to license their characters out to AI, and they're going to make a lot of money off of it, because the people out there, the fans who use that stuff, are going to make better stuff than Disney's been making for decades. And it's going to run away, and it's going to make a lot of money, and it's going back to the mouse's coffers. And very little, if any, will go back to the content creators out there who love these IPs and choose not to make their own stuff, but make Disney stuff instead.
Correct in principle, but I do suspect that as much as Disney tries to control it, they will not be able to control it completely. There are going to be people generating this stuff not using OpenAI's service. They'll be generating it locally and filtering it out through various means. It will embarrass Disney, especially if something really good gets created. And I think Disney is in store for more embarrassment. If they were smart, they'd be licensing out a lot of their stuff, not just worrying about AI. They'd license it out to third parties who actually care about the properties. One of the best examples that I can give from the old EU days is Dark Horse Comics, who produced a ton of lore that became the foundation. And it was from people who knew the universe better than any of the folks that are in their story groups today.
And we're going to get to the point where, and it's not far away, it's really not. At most, we're talking years, but we're not decades, we're years at most, and maybe less than that. We're almost at the point where you can hand a comic over to, just take a photo of it, the various pages, and throw that into AI, and it'll make a movie out of it. We're not far away from that happening.
We're getting very close, and that's what I'm looking forward to be fair. Because I love my character. I think that the music video that you created, Pro, is not only artistic, but just honestly, it captures the essence of, a superhero that just wants everybody to be well and to eat
really
good.
the greatest superhero of all time.
It might actually be, but beyond all of that, I agree with Lauren, and this is the future of AI should be governed by the people who want to lead it forward. It should be licensed out. So I'll give you an example, and this is one I used in a video recently. I think you need to take Captain Jack Sparrow and give it over to Jerry Bruckheimer. I think you have to give Pirates of the Caribbean, as far as the development of a movie franchise, to him and let him go. Because he would not live within the cultural bubble of Disney. He would live within his own cultural bubble. And if you have ever observed how he's done across all the platforms he's involved in, whether it be film or television, he is kind of got his finger on the pulse of whatever's going on. So he understands who the most popular figure is, and he knows how to use him. That would be Jack Sparrow. So I think if you start to do that as Disney and you hand these different things over to the people who really care about them, I'm going to set Jon Favreau up for Star Wars rather than Dave Filoni. I license off the stuff that Jon Favreau created to Jon Favreau. I promise you're going to get better Star Wars than you're going to get out of Filoni baloney.
Culture, so, you have inspired me, sir, and I have to stop you because of the level of inspiration you've just given me.
Sure.
Folks, you may not have noticed just what an epiphany landed upon all of us right then. Look at Lauren. He has no idea. He says, I didn't feel that epiphany on my shoulder. Folks, Culture Casino said that the way to go with AI is Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow. And what I realized in that moment, Culture, is what we're all wanting is indeed another Pirates of the Caribbean. But what we want is for Amber Heard to play the villain and be defeated by Captain Jack Sparrow in some of the most humiliating ways possible, and AI can make that happen, and I'm willing to bet that Amber Heard has such financial difficulties at this point and such legal issues to pay back that she might just be willing, to offer up the rights for her likeness to do that. That is what we're hoping for. That is what we are praying for, folks. And Disney signaling through the trades that they're A-okay with some of that stuff because it's all on with AI, even in Hollywood.
I did do and say horrible, regrettable things.
Hey there, I'm Wilton. I've taken on a new role at the Sunny Florida Travel Agency. If you use my travel agency, I promise with my little troll heart that you and me can hang out at the Fountain of Nations at Epcot at Walt Disney World. I can also hook you up on a good deal for water at the parks too. Send me your Walmart gift card codes now. Hey, Floral. What are you doing here? I'm trying to do an advert.
Couple things. This is quite literally a scam that you're trying to run on WDW Pro's channel.
What?
Folks, look. This is a green screen, and Wilton stole a B-roll from Pro.
Wait, are
Wilton
you
lives
for
in
real
Canada
right now?
and doesn't even have a passport.
Have I ever scammed anyone that you know of before?
Yep.
There's not a Fountain of Nations anymore. Details are for the weak, Jose. Besides, I've got a bunch of Pro's audience that still think that Lauren has hair. Oh, we got this.